the Haftarah of Miketz, 1 Kings 3:15-28, 4:1, Haftarah Miketz, Chus, Suth, Kutzet, Richmoon, Thul, Chinooka, Mas Iris, Rani, Wishmuchi. If the first Sabbath of Hanukkah should fall on this Sabbath, the Haftarah, Rani Vesmechi, page 93 is read, but if it should be the second Sabbath, the Haftarah Vyas Hiram, page 99, of this book, 96 to 99, is read. 1 Kings 3:15-28, 4:1. We have Bamlakim A. Seaman Noon. The Gimel, that's got to be Gimel. And we have Witcham Suit, Leonard Richguka Mapsiris Wiash Chirum Rilkaman Wat Pilu Chus Suit Resh Semek Lu Metcher Serum. Quite blurred a bit there. And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem and stood before the ark of the covenant of God as vermin noun, and offered up burnt offerings and offered peace offerings, and made feast to all his servants. Then came there 2 women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him. And the one woman said, O my lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we 2 in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she overlaid it. And she arose at midnight, and took my son from beside me, while thine handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. And when I arose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. And the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son. Thus they spake before the king. And this, of course, is a situation where the denial could be willingly or unwillingly, unknowingly in a way sometimes. Then said the king, the one saith, This is my son that liveth, and thy son is dead. And the other saith, Nay, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living. And the king said, Bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, Divide the living child in 2, and give half to the one and half to the other. Then spake the woman, whose the living child was, unto the king, for her affection toward her son was kindled, and she said, O my lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divided. Then the king answered and said, Give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. The first. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment. And 4, verse 1, so King Solomon was king over all Israel. Wikat Shulma Wahna Chlum Wiba Jerusalem Wiamd Lepni Arun Brit Yahweh Wi'al Alut Wi'ash Shalmim Yash Mashtah Lakal Abdu as Tbana Shatim Nashim Wunut Al Hamlak Wit Amdana Lapnu Wit Amr Hasha Hatchet Bi Adni Ani Wah Asha Zat Yishbut Babit Atchad Wald Amah Babait Wihi Bium Heshlishi Laldati Witlad Num Hasha Hazat Wanchanu Yachdu In Zur Atnu Babait Wilati Shatim Anchanu Babait Wimat Ben Hasha Hazat Lila Asher Shukba Alu Watkam Patuk Halila Watkach at Bani Matzli Wamtuk Yashna Wat Shakibathu Pachika Watbana Humped Hashkiba Pachiki Wakam Kibker Lahinik at Bani Wahna Mat Wat Bunan Alu Kemker Wahna Lahya Bani Asher Yolti Wat Amr Hasha Hatchret La Ki Bani Hachi Wabnank Humped was at Amrat La Ki Bunk Humped Wabni Hachi Wat Debrana Labni Hamlak We Amr Hamlak Zat Amrat Zahbani Hachi Wabnak Humped was at Amrat La Ki Bunk Humped Wabni Hachi Wiamr Hamluk Kachu Li Churb We Bow Hatchrub Lapni Hamluk We Amr Hamluk Guzru at Helad Hachi Lashnim Watnu at Hatzi Latchet Wat Hatzi Latchet Wat Amr Hasha Asher Bana Hachi Al Hamluk Ki Nekmru Ruchmya Al Bana Wat Amr Ki Adni Tanu La At Hilud Hahi Wahmat Al Tamidahu was at Amrat Gum Li Gum Luk La Yahya Gazru We An Hamluk We Amr Tanulah at Hilud Hachi Wahmat la Temitahu Hya Amu Wishmau Kul Yashral at Ham Shipath Asher Shipath Hamluk Wirau Mapni Hamluk Ki Rao Ki Chukmat Alhim Bakrabu Lashut Mashpath Wihi Hamalik Shulmah Malik Al-Kul Yashral. And of course, we have the two variations of Solomon. Shulmah. They all have that 4-letter root there. And Suleiman are the more ancient ones. And, depending on the dialect, whether, because when you have the two, the seen and the sheen, you have the seen, and then you have the noon as a variation, because, and remember, in Aramea, there's 22 to 30 letters, depending on your dialect. This script we have here is from the Middle Ages, this style of writing. Zer would be crowning or molding around the top in particular. A chaplet